From CBS 47 and Fox 30, it's time for This Week in the 904.
Welcome to This Week in the 904. I'm your host, Emily Turner. This is a community affairs show, and it focuses on politics, public policy, and the issues that affect our local communities here. And joining us today is Major Keith Biggers with the Salvation Army. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you for having me, Emily.
You guys do great work, not just across the city, but really across the area. For folks who may not understand the scope of what you do, what areas do you cover, and what exactly is it you do?
Well, we have 6 counties in Northeast Florida. We have St. Johns County, we have Clay County. We also have a partnership in Putnam County, of course, Duval, Nassau, and Baker County that we have some sort of services that we provide, social services, responsive to crisis and so forth, disaster response and as needed. So we're widespread, one of the largest commands, area commands in the state of Florida.
Oh, wow. And so when it comes to crisis response and all of that, is it mostly specific to homelessness, or is there a particular niche in which you guys live?
Well, basically here in Jacksonville, it's the homelessness issue and the challenge. Our transitional housing, the Tower Center of Hope, we have 120 beds there, and 40 of those are emergency beds that we have right now with the JFRD, and the remaining beds are for families, men and women, individuals that are in our transitional housing program, that they have wraparound support services. We have 17 children right now over there staying at the Salvation Army Tower Center of Hope, and a day camp that we have going on for the kids while they're out of school too, so that's really exciting. So basically, not only homeless services, but also other social services as well. And but we have a great team and great staff and wonderful support of our programs, and a lot of volunteers that come and help us because we provide 3 meals a day. We not only provide for our participants in-house, but we also do a lunch and dinner ministry, meal ministry, for whosoever that's hungry, that they start lining up outside our building hour before for the lunch and meal ministry. And that's increased probably 50% over a year.
Over a year?
Over a year has increased 50% need. Our needs have increased dramatically. The need is greater, and therefore financially we need more financial support in order to be able to continue to meet these needs.
Wow, I cannot believe a 50% increase in a year. What are some of the stories you hear, about why suddenly there's been this spike in need?
Well, a lot of people are choosing between basic needs and maybe medication, maybe fuel, maybe other basic needs, and some of them come into the Salvation Army to supplement, have a meal that they don't have to go and pay for groceries. And so we're grateful to be able to provide that ministry with our staff and volunteers. But the cost of inflation has just hurt everyone, and so we're doing all that we can to continue to make sure that every individual gets the assistance they need.
Well, and I know you guys have several different fundraisers that you do. You're most well known for ringing the bells
Right.
outside of the grocery store, but the one that folks can really contribute to now that's going on is Hope in Action. And what does that specifically go to? What can people do?
Well, the Hope in Action campaign is one that our board launched in April to enable us to continue operations as is, status quo.
So this is a brand new...
Yeah, this is brand new. Unfortunately, the last couple of years, we lost some substantial funding. We had a nest egg put up, and we ate in that nest egg to zero, and then we come into this year, and we're, okay, well, what do we do now? And so the credit of our board, they decided, well, we have to do something to keep the doors open, to keep meeting people's needs and not shutting off those vital programs. And so they launched the Hope in Action campaign. And we've had great response from board members, from support outside the Salvation Army, donors outside the Salvation Army, friends of the Salvation Army, throughout the Northeast Florida as well. But the need is still there. The drive is still going on. It ends the end of October. And as I said, the need is far greater than it has been, and the resources that we had at our disposal are now, quickly disappeared, except for what we have right now coming in with the Hope in Action campaign.
What was that? Just like federal funding, or what was what
It
happened?
was some grant funding that, for certain reasons, that reviewers decided that we didn't make the mark. But since then, I think they have reevaluated, and we feel like we're in better picture now with those reviewers for some of the funding here in the city and with the city government. And so we trust that we'll be able to restore back the level of funding that we were receiving before, and we've already applied for that for this coming year.
Oh, wow. Well, that's great. Hopefully that works out. You said it was city funding?
City funding and other funds as well.
And well, we actually have a QR code we'll throw up on the screen, but folks, I mean, that how can they donate if they're interested?
They can go on the QR code. They can always call the Salvation Army, go on our website, salvationarmynefl.org, and Northeast for Northeast Florida, and or reach out to us, snail mail, 800 West.
You still take old school checks?
Yeah,
Okay,
800
that's right
West
up my alley.
Monroe Street, 32202. Or give us a call. Give me a call, 904-381-4800. If they want to know more about the Hope in Action campaign or any other questions or comments that they have, I'll be happy to answer them and respond accordingly.
Well, perfect. I have plenty more questions for you, and we'll get to those as soon as we come back. We're going to talk more about the involvement with the homelessness population here in Jacksonville, some of the specifics of those needs. We'll be right back.
From CBS 47 and Fox 30, you're watching This Week in the 904.
Welcome back to This Week in the 904. I'm your host, Emily Turner. We are joined by the Salvation Army today. All right, Major Biggers, we were talking a little bit about the towers and how you guys have emergency beds that you've contracted with the city. For folks who may not understand, there was a state law that was passed that says you're not allowed to camp.
Right.
And so that's created a little bit of a crisis for the city to deal with. And they've contracted with JFRD. Where do you guys fall in line to that? And then how does that work?
Well, we put in a proposal for the 40 beds for men, and the city approved that, and we began that back in the spring. Now it's up for a new contract coming up in October, and so we've been contacted by JFRD if we want to continue. Unfortunately, we kind of haphazardly, being new to the emergency bed and the cost, hard and soft cost, we kind of underestimated. Hey, we might need security guard here. And so what we did was we've told them we're trying to do everything we can to secure funding for our security personnel during the shift that we have, the 40 men that check in. We're at capacity. And
Every night those beds are all full?
Every night those beds are all full, and we have to have security there. And so we've reached out to JFRD and left them a message, email, and told them that unless we, are able to provide the difference that we're losing in cost to operate the program, it may be that we can't continue on with the new contract in October.
Do you feel comfortable sharing the differences in the cost, just so folks have an idea of like what actually
it's
this costs?
$195,000, and we're asking for $50 per bed per night.
Right now?
Right now, to renegotiate. And the cost of security, $10,500 a month, and then those other soft costs that we didn't calculate into when we began the negotiation.
So initially the bid that you guys have been operating on at a loss was how much lower than that?
$38
a bed.
A bed, yeah.
Oh wow, so that's a significant
change. Yeah.
And so, I mean, what are the chances this continues with you guys?
Well, there's hope.
Since the Hope in Action campaign, everybody donate now.
There's hope. As I was sharing with you, we love the program. We want to continue the program. We have to have the funding for the program. We've already moved 4 of those men into our next step transitional housing program with 3 other prospects that have said they would like to, not continue being a chronic homeless individual on the streets and having to take a bed with us and the other providers, but to become hopefully self-sufficient, able to move through our program into self-independency. And so that's great progress, but we have to have the funding. And so we may have 50% of that funding, a match, that we're trying to get the other half to make it possible for us to continue on.
And it's not just you guys. Who else is a part of that emergency?
Trinity and City Rescue Mission and Sulzbacher as well, I think, is providing some assistance.
And you said those beds are, I mean, for you guys, they're full every single night?
Yes.
40 beds, and then everybody else, do you know, are they in the same boat?
I think everybody else is pretty well maxed out every single night, from my understanding.
I did not anticipate the numbers being so high.
Yeah, it's once we started, it was like within 2 or 3 days we were at max. You know, to the credit of the city, police and JFRD, they're rounding up those who are, homeless and need a place like us and the other agencies, and bringing them to us, and so we're providing what we can for them as well as the other agencies. We have a great partnership and a working relationship with these other agencies where we meet to discuss issues and concerns and challenges that we all have faced this first year. But and we hope to continue, and we're going to pray that we get the other half, that the 200,000, approximately 200,000 that we need in order to continue on with this vital program.
And that's just a small part of what you guys do right now. The remainder, you said, so these are emergency beds last minute. Most of the people who you house, how do they end up with you guys?
Either by being referred to us or just calling, making an appointment, coming in. They're homeless for crisis going on, for whatever reason, maybe eviction, can't pay the mortgage or whatever. But we get referrals from different agencies. As we said, we have a good, positive relationship with all. And so, yeah, we're at 80% max of all of our beds right now. And like I said, we're always willing to and open to take anyone that we have an available bed for that are willing to become a part of the transitional housing program. We've had some great success in moving individuals and families out into their own apartments, their own housing accommodations, and that's what we're all about, and we thank God for that.
How have you seen the needs in our area change over the years?
It's grown much, and some that you wouldn't expect. Women, more homeless women. At first they were, the city was asking for us to be for women because they found out there was a greater percentage of homeless women than there were men. And then something changed, and so then they wanted us to do the men. So I think the average John and Joe and Doe, sometimes they're coming to our doors now in need, and where a year or two ago they wasn't. And it's inflation cost, housing cost, and finding affordable housing here is a challenge. But we and other agencies are doing whatever we can to help that situation.
Perfect. And there are multiple ways that people can help you guys. We'll get to that here in just a moment. Be sure to stick around. We'll talk about all of their community involvement and the ways you can be involved in helping them. We'll be right back.
From CBS 47 and Fox 30, you're watching This Week in the 904.
Welcome back to This Week in the 904. I am your host, Emily Turner. We're talking all things Salvation Army today. And we were talking about the Towers for Hope, where you house folks. But it's not just a roof over their head. There's more that you guys provide there.
Oh, yeah. We have all sort of wraparound services. We have financial literacy. We have supportive programs. We have individuals, businesses coming in to meet with our participants to help them how to do a job resume, how to go online and fill out an application, how to present themselves. We have a clothing closet that we help them with so they make a good appearance when they go to apply for a position, and budgeting as well. So a lot of wraparound service. They're assigned a case manager that walks with them through the process, works with them, gives them a plan with their partnership of the participant. And then we also make sure the kids are still, try to get them in the same school, if they have children, in the same school program that they were in before. And so, yeah, it's a great program that we have great success from. And it's amazing the number of individuals I'll meet out, walking around downtown that say, I was, used to be at the Tower Center of Hope, and y'all helped me get through a crisis moment in my life, and I'm doing great. At our, we was at Walmart last Friday, a week ago, and a lady came by, and we're doing our back to school drive supply there, and we were able to put some kettles out for that day at the Walmart. And a lady, one of the first donors, put a $100 bill in the kettle and said she was a graduate of the Tower Center of Hope program, and now she's doing great, and put a $100 bill in. We have 60 women auxiliary members. They provide assistance to help them when they move out, to have necessary little supplies to move into their own place, so that they don't go in needing, when I gotta go buy all these items.
Oh yeah, you never can underestimate the dish towels and the paper towels and the paper towel holder. And
yeah, and they provide funding for that, and so that's a great blessing to be able to have that as well.
And you were talking about camp that you do when the kids aren't in school. What's that?
Well, we have a day camp that we do at the Tower Center of Hope. We have a school teacher, former school teacher that works with us, and so she's doing a day camp with the kiddos there at the Center of Hope. We also have a summer camp, fresh air camp in Keystone Heights that we had approximately 150 to 200 boys and girls go from Northeast Florida for a week of fresh air camping experience. And my wife and I are both former campers, me in Louisiana, her in West Virginia, going to a Salvation Army operated camp. And what a great experience. And all of them come back saying they want to go again. They want to go again. It's rated one of the top 300 camps in the USA, Camp Keystone, run by the Salvation Army. So we're really proud of that. And we have a great staff and personnel there that operate that program.
Now, is that available for anybody who can go?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They can just contact us about if they have children who'd like to go, and see what we can work. Certain age groups go certain weeks. Of course.
Right. Better to go earlier in the summer so you're not sweltering if you can.
But have a great swimming pool and other a ropes course and a lake, and great programs there that are provided. And it's only an hour and a half from here, so that's a
nice drive.
That's a
you
nice
don't have to trek
little
all the way to
drive as
North
well.
Carolina. The Batterers and Prevention Program, you guys have that too.
Yeah, we have court-ordered men and women. Surprisingly, we have a number of women that comes to our program. We're one of the options for them to go and receive maybe anger management, counseling, and we have that program. I think it's been a number of years that we've offered that program, and great success in that program as well. And so we have to be state certified for that, and we're going through the certification now with our staff. But we hear great results and success stories from that as well. That's one of our lesser known programs that the Salvation Army provides. You
mostly think it's going to, I don't want to say like the victims of homelessness or the victims of whatever, but folks who are more on the need for receiving in that way. I didn't know that there was look, this is a person who still needs help and just is a different situation.
Right. And, but yeah, it's one of the many unknown programs, the Batterers and Prevention Intervention Program, and they get real when they get talking.
I can imagine.
They get real, and sometimes the language gets a little R-rated. Because they're sharing, they're sharing real life, and domestic violence, whatever the case may be. And some of them don't have their children because of the situation. But so we're one of the programs in Jacksonville that offers that program, and we're really proud of that as well.
For folks who don't know, the people that you guys see, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
No. From batterers to crisis, disaster, homelessness, children needing a camp program, needing that sort of intervention. There's so many programs that we provide that people drive by the Center of Hope there on Adams Street and don't really realize what all goes inside unless they see the men and women lined up going through to get their meal ministry for lunch and dinner time. They don't really understand what all Salvation Army encompasses.
Well, and that's why it's important for the Hope in Action campaign. And then following that is your Red Shield Ball.
Right, October 25th.
And then the probably most famous...
Angel Tree.
Yep, exactly. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, you're welcome.
We appreciate it. We've got all the information we'll put up in the show and on our website, so thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And
Emily.
thank you guys for your time as well. We appreciate you sticking around with us on this Sunday morning. We'll see you back here next week.
Thanks for watching This Week in the 904.